What if I told you that some of the world's richest people never make a major decision without first changing the energy around them? Not because they are superstitious, but because they understand something most people ignore. Energy controls focus. Focus controls decisions. Decisions control wealth. And hidden behind billion-dollar companies, luxury offices, private islands, and silent boardrooms, there is a strange obsession many billionaires never talk about publicly. Crystals. Not the cheap trend you see on social media. Not aesthetic stones sitting on shelves for decoration. I'm talking about ancient energy tools, used for mental clarity, emotional control, confidence, intuition, and frequency alignment. Because the truth is, the richest people in the world understand one dangerous secret. Before money becomes physical, it exists as energy first. For thousands of years, kings, emperors, healers, and spiritual masters believed certain crystals could influence human energy fields. Ancient Egyptians buried crystals with royalty. Chinese emperors carried jade for wisdom and protection. Indian spiritual traditions used gemstones for planetary balance. Even warriors wore crystals before entering battles because they believed energy affected victory. Now think carefully. If ancient civilizations, powerful rulers, and modern billionaires all respected energy, maybe there's something deeper here than society wants you to believe. Because when you study successful people closely, you start noticing patterns. Some meditate daily. Some practice visualization. Some obsess over frequencies, vibrations, mindset, and energetic environments. And quietly, many keep crystals near their workspace, homes, or bodies. Not because crystals magically print money, but because they understand one truth. Your inner state creates your outer reality. And crystals are believed to amplify specific mental and emotional states. That's where things become very interesting. The first thing billionaires protect is not money. It's their mind. Because a distracted mind loses opportunities. An emotionally unstable mind destroys wealth. A fearful mind hesitates. And hesitation can cost millions. That's why many high performers become obsessed with environments that increase focus, calmness, intuition, and confidence. And this is exactly where crystals enter the conversation. Take clear quartz. This crystal is often called the master amplifier. In energy traditions, it is believed to amplify thoughts, intentions, and mental clarity. Many entrepreneurs place clear quartz near workspaces because they believe it sharpens focus and strengthens decision-making energy. Now, whether someone fully believes in crystal energy or simply uses it as a psychological anchor, the result can still influence behavior. Because the human mind is powerful. When someone enters a room filled with symbols of focus, discipline, abundance, and intention, the brain responds emotionally. And billionaires understand emotional conditioning better than most people. That's why successful people carefully design every detail of their environment. Lighting, colors, scents, music, objects, energy. Nothing is random. Now let's talk about citrine. This crystal is called the merchant stone in many spiritual communities. For centuries, traders and business owners kept citrine in cash boxes and stores because it was believed to attract prosperity, confidence, and financial expansion. Even today, many people place citrine near wallets, safes, or office desks. But here's the deeper psychology nobody talks about. Every time someone sees that crystal, it reminds them of abundance. Not lack, not fear, not survival. Abundance. And over time, repeated emotional focus changes behavior patterns. That changes actions. And actions create results. This is why some billionaires become obsessed with rituals. Morning rituals, energy rituals, visualization rituals, meditation rituals. Because rituals train the subconscious mind. And the subconscious mind silently controls most human decisions. Now here's something extremely fascinating. Some wealthy people believe certain crystals help block negative energy from other people. Especially black tourmaline and obsidian. These crystals are often associated with energetic protection, grounding, and emotional shielding. Think about the pressure billionaires live under. Constant competition, public judgment, fake relationships, business betrayals, stress, fear of loss. Many become extremely protective of their mental state, because they know negative emotional energy destroys clarity. And clarity is power. This is why some people carry protective crystals during meetings, negotiations, or stressful events. Not necessarily because they believe in magic, but because it creates psychological strength. And psychology changes presence. Presence changes communication. Communication changes opportunities. Now let's go even deeper. One reason crystals became popular among elite circles is because many wealthy individuals study frequency. Everything in existence vibrates. Sound vibrates, thoughts vibrate, emotions vibrate, the human body produces electromagnetic energy. Even science confirms the human heart and brain create measurable frequencies. So when spiritual traditions claim crystals hold stable energetic structures, some people become curious. Because crystals form under intense pressure over thousands or millions of years. Their atomic structures remain highly ordered and stable. That's why quartz crystals are even used in watches, electronics, and technology to maintain frequency stability. Now imagine how powerful that idea becomes psychologically. If a crystal can stabilize frequency in technology, people begin wondering whether it can influence human energy too. And that curiosity opened the door for billionaires, CEOs, celebrities, and spiritual seekers to explore crystal energy more deeply. But here's where most people misunderstand everything. Crystals alone do nothing. A lazy person holding citrine will still stay lazy. A negative person carrying rose quartz will still sabotage relationships. A fearful person wearing pyrite will still avoid opportunities. Crystals are not replacements for action. They are tools, amplifiers, reminders, energetic symbols. And billionaires understand amplification better than anyone. Because wealth itself is amplification. Money amplifies personality, power amplifies intention, energy amplifies action. That's why successful people become extremely careful about what they think, feel, consume, and surround themselves with. Now let's talk about one crystal many powerful people secretly love. Pyrite. Often called fool's gold, pyrite is associated with ambition, confidence, protection, and financial energy. Many entrepreneurs keep pyrite on desks because its metallic appearance symbolizes wealth, authority, and power. But the deeper reason is psychological dominance. When someone repeatedly connects themselves to symbols of success, their subconscious begins accepting success as normal. And once the subconscious accepts something as normal, behavior changes automatically. This is why billionaires don't just chase money. They train identity. Because identity creates consistency. And consistency creates wealth. Now here's a truth most people are not ready to hear. Many billionaires do not publicly discuss spirituality, manifestation, energy, or crystals, because society often mocks what it does not understand. But privately, many explore meditation, frequency healing, visualization, breathwork, energy alignment, astrology, biohacking, ancient wisdom. Because once people reach extreme levels of success, they realize the mind is the real battlefield. Not the market. Not competitors. The mind. And when your mind becomes disciplined, focused, emotionally stable, and deeply intentional, your external reality starts shifting too. That is the hidden reason so many wealthy people become obsessed with energy practices. Not because they escaped reality, but because they learned reality responds to inner states more than most people realize.